Picture your typical Tuesday evening. You tear open a shiny supermarket bag of raw almonds. You grab a generous handful. You toss them straight into your mouth while watching the evening news. Big mistake. Stop right there. Look closely at what you are actually doing to your digestive system. You are swallowing locked vaults without possessing the required key. You are doing the exact equivalent of buying a premium, highly expensive vitamin pill and swallowing it whole while it is still firmly sealed inside its hard plastic blister pack. It is a complete waste. You are throwing away incredibly valuable nutrients. Worse, those dry almonds are not feeding your joints or your brain at all. They are actively stealing essential minerals from your body right now. Let us look at the basic science of a seed. Nutritional biology clearly shows that raw seeds contain potent anti-nutrients designed strictly for botanical survival. They are absolutely not designed for human digestion. Think about it. Imagine the natural life cycle of a wild almond tree dropping its seeds onto the cold ground in late autumn. Those seeds must sit on the damp, freezing earth for months. They must survive heavy frost, thick snow, and hungry insects. If the almond were soft and easily digestible, it would simply rot before spring arrived. It would be eaten by pests in a matter of days. So nature specifically designed the almond with a brilliant chemical armor. This armor keeps the seed dormant and entirely safe until the weather warms up. Naturally, your fragile human stomach cannot simply break this formidable armor down when you eat them dry. It is completely understandable that you eat them this way. Of course, you just eat them raw straight from the bag, because that is exactly how they are sold to us. But your body is paying the price. Stay with me. At the end of this video, I will show you a specific, absolutely effortless biological trick. Using just warm water and a tiny pinch of a common kitchen mineral, you can trick the seed. You can force it to unlock 100% of its hidden nutrients. When those dry, rock-hard almonds hit your stomach, your digestive acids immediately rush in to break them down. Your body desperately wants to extract the energy and the healthy fats, but the acids hit a solid biological brick wall. Instead of smooth, effortless digestion, a serious struggle starts inside your gut. Your stomach is forced to work overtime. It tries to churn and ferment this heavy, impenetrable mass of defensive seeds. The almonds sit there in the dark. They stubbornly resist breaking down. This prolonged fermentation produces excess gas that pushes hard against your diaphragm. This is exactly why you feel that sudden, deeply uncomfortable bloating.
This is why you experience a profound heaviness an hour after eating a seemingly healthy snack. Your vital energy is diverted away from your brain and your muscles. It goes straight to your stomach to deal with this dense, locked seed. You experience brain fog. You feel sluggish. You wonder why your healthy snack is making you feel so terrible. The primary culprit behind this exhausting digestive struggle is hiding in plain sight. It is the dark brown skin tightly wrapping the almond. Listen to me carefully now. That brown skin is densely packed with powerful botanical compounds known as tannins. You might already be familiar with tannins from strong black tea or heavy red wine. They give you that sharp, dry, puckering feeling in your mouth. Think of tannins as a highly effective biological rust-proofing layer. Out in the wild, this intensely bitter coating stops the almond from rotting in the damp, cold soil. But inside your warm gut, this rust-proofing acts exactly like a toxic sponge. It aggressively binds to your natural digestive enzymes and neutralizes them on contact. It literally shuts down your stomach. Your stomach's parietal cells pump out more and more acid, trying to dissolve the nut, but the tannins simply absorb the enzymes. Your ability to process proteins efficiently drops to zero. Put a plus in the comments if you have always believed raw almonds were perfectly healthy exactly as they are. So, your digestion is completely blocked by this brown skin. But all this effort to eat healthy is completely destroyed if you think the supermarket has already solved this problem for you. Millions of people make a well-intentioned mistake right at the shop. They buy roasted, salted almonds to avoid the raw digestion issue entirely. They love the satisfying crunch. They love the salty, savory flavor. Please do not do it. Almonds are naturally packed with beneficial lipids. These are the good fats meant to protect your brain and keep your blood vessels flexible. Your brain is composed mostly of fat, and it relies on these clean dietary lipids to maintain sharp memory and focus. But roasting them at high commercial temperatures triggers a highly destructive process. This process is called lipid oxidation. Think of it like taking premium cold-pressed olive oil. Imagine boiling that beautiful green oil furiously until it turns into a dark, heavy, rancid sludge. You lose all the good fats. You create inflammatory free radicals instead. I recently spoke with a 62-year-old gentleman who came to me for advice. He ate a large bowl of roasted almonds every single night while watching television. He did this specifically to support his blood pressure and keep his heart strong. He thought he was doing everything right. He bought the most expensive roasted nuts in the shop. Instead of feeling better, he rapidly developed severe acid reflux. He started waking up with incredibly stiff joints. He could barely close his hands to make a fist in the morning. The oxidized oils in those roasted nuts were simply keeping his entire body in a constant state of inflammation. His immune system was reacting to those damaged fats as if they were a foreign threat. We immediately stopped the roasted almonds. We switched him to the proper preparation method I will teach you in just a moment. Within 2 weeks, his morning joint stiffness faded away completely. His acid reflux vanished. He finally had energy in the evenings again. Have you ever caught a supermarket tricking you with fake health labels on heavily processed nuts? Always read the back of the packet. Roasting destroys the healthy fats and triggers joint pain. So, avoiding roasted nuts protects your joints from inflammation. But while your arteries handle that oxidized fat, your skeletal system is facing a completely different, silent threat from the raw version. The real danger to your bone density hides deep inside the raw white meat of the almond itself. It is a powerful defensive compound called phytic acid. Phytic acid naturally binds tightly to vital life-sustaining minerals. It specifically targets calcium, zinc, and iron. Think of it as a microscopic, highly aggressive magnetic thief roaming freely through your digestive tract. Its molecular structure acts like a cage. It features chemical claws that grab onto positively charged mineral ions. You eat a handful of almonds hoping to absorb rich calcium. You want to protect your aging, fragile bones from osteoporosis. You want to keep your teeth strong. Instead, the phytic acid acts like a powerful magnet. It ruthlessly steals the free calcium you already have circulating in your digestive tract from other meals. It binds to these precious minerals. It forms an insoluble complex that your intestines simply cannot absorb. Your body flushes them straight down the toilet. You absorb absolutely nothing from the nut. Worse, you are literally depleting your own mineral reserves by eating a perceived superfood. This magnetic theft is exactly why eating them dry is a biological mistake, and it is precisely why the specific water activation trick I will show you very shortly is absolutely non-negotiable if you truly want to protect your bones. Let me give you a very concrete daily example. Imagine eating a beautiful piece of wild-caught salmon and a side of fresh spinach for lunch. You're getting fantastic iron and calcium from that meal.
But if you snack on a handful of dry almonds right afterwards, the phytic acid from the almonds will bind to the minerals from the salmon and spinach. You effectively ruin the nutritional value of your entire healthy lunch. This is how powerful this anti-nutrient is. It does not just lock up the minerals inside the almond, it locks up the minerals in everything else you eat with it. Consider the story of a 58-year-old woman who visited my clinic. She was struggling terribly with thinning hair and incredibly brittle nails.
She was taking expensive zinc supplements every single morning, yet her blood tests showed she was profoundly deficient in zinc. We looked closely at her daily routine. Every morning, she swallowed her zinc supplement with a large handful of raw, unsoaked almonds. The phytic acid in the nuts was acting like a sponge, soaking up every single milligram of her expensive supplement. We removed the dry almonds from her morning routine. Within a month, her nails stopped breaking, her hair regained its natural volume. So your lunch minerals and your morning supplements are stolen. But this theft becomes much more aggressive depending on what you drink with your snack. This brings us to a very common daily habit: eating dry almonds alongside your morning cup of strong black tea or coffee. Try to avoid this combination. The rich tannins in your morning tea crash into the phytic acid locked inside the almond. Together, they form a heavy chemical wall in your gut. Your body's ability to absorb iron drops significantly. By blocking iron, you are essentially depriving your red blood cells of the oxygen they need to keep you energetic and focused. When you lack iron, you feel inexplicably tired. Your hands and feet turn cold. Your brain feels foggy and sluggish. You might think you just need another strong cup of coffee to wake up, but the reality is you have created a mineral roadblock in your stomach. Real, natural products are getting hard to find now, so where are you watching from, and what do good quality nuts cost in your city? Mixing dry almonds with tea or coffee creates a serious problem for your digestion. If you want to drink tea or coffee, wait at least an hour after eating your nuts. Give your stomach time to process the food. So you wait an hour before your coffee to protect your iron levels. But simply changing your drink timing does not solve the biological lock inside the seed itself. When you swallow those unsoaked almonds, they travel down into your lower intestine largely intact. This creates a massive secondary problem. Your lower gut is home to trillions of bacteria. Some of these bacteria are beneficial, while others are opportunistic and harmful. The beneficial bacteria thrive on soluble fiber from soft vegetables. But the harmful gas-producing bacteria absolutely love undigested fermenting seeds. When you send a heavy load of unsoaked almonds down into your colon, you're essentially throwing a banquet for the bad bacteria. They feast on the unbroken proteins. As they multiply, they release toxic byproducts that irritate your intestinal lining. This irritation sends a distress signal directly to your brain via the vagus nerve. You suddenly feel anxious. You develop intense, uncontrollable cravings for sugar and refined carbohydrates. You might think you just lack willpower, but the truth is, the bad bacteria in your gut are demanding fast energy because you fed them raw, defensive seeds. A 65-year-old patient of mine thought he had developed a severe gluten intolerance late in life. He had terrible stomach cramps every afternoon. He stopped eating bread, he stopped eating pasta, but the cramps persisted. We looked at his food diary. He was eating a large bowl of raw, unsoaked trail mix every single day after lunch. The phytic acid and tannins were feeding a bacterial overgrowth in his gut. We removed the raw trail mix. Within 3 weeks, his digestion completely normalized. He did not have a gluten problem at all. He had a seed preparation problem. So, your gut bacteria are thrown completely out of balance by raw seeds. But this bacterial chaos also prevents you from absorbing one of the most important vitamins for your aging body. Almonds are famous for being incredibly rich in vitamin E. You probably know that vitamin E is essential for maintaining smooth skin and protecting your vision as you get older. But here's the catch. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin. This means your body absolutely requires healthy, active fats to carry the vitamin across your intestinal wall and into your bloodstream. When you eat a raw, unsoaked almond, the fats remain locked behind that tough cellular wall. The vitamin E stays trapped inside. You chew the nut, you swallow it, but the vitamin simply passes right through your system unabsorbed. You get absolutely none of the benefits you paid for. When you soak and activate the almond, you break down that cellular wall. You release the natural healthy lipids. These lipids act as a smooth delivery vehicle. that carry the vitamin E directly into your cells. Your skin begins to look more hydrated. Your eyes receive the vital antioxidants they need to fight off age-related decline. You finally get the true value of the food. To successfully stop the almond from acting like a ruthless mineral thief, you must biologically convince the seed that the harsh winter is finally over. This is the fascinating ancient science of germination. For thousands of years, our ancestors understood this naturally. They did not have laboratories or microscopes, but they observed nature. They saw that seeds falling into flowing streams or resting in damp spring soil suddenly burst into life. They mimicked this by soaking their grains and nuts in water before eating them. Modern industrial convenience completely erased this vital ancestral wisdom. We traded optimal nutrition for the speed of tearing open a plastic bag. When you introduce the correct balance of moisture and gentle warmth, you trigger a deep hormonal signal within the seed. This signal instantly deactivates its defensive enzyme inhibitors. It is exactly like entering the correct, precise PIN code into a locked safe. The dormant almond suddenly wakes up. It realizes it is time to grow into a tree. It rapidly releases a powerful digestive enzyme called lipase. Lipase helps your body effortlessly digest the rich fats inside the nut. Your body can then use those fats for clean brain fuel. Simultaneously, the germination process completely shatters the rigid phytic acid bonds. It frees the trapped calcium and magnesium so your body can actually use them. Awakening the almond turns it from a selfish chemical thief into an incredibly generous nutrient donor. It becomes a living, breathing food. But if you just casually drop a handful of almonds into a glass of plain, cold tap water, you're only doing half the job. Cold water takes far too long to penetrate the tough exterior. Plain water leaves several of those stubborn enzyme inhibitors perfectly intact. You need a targeted, natural intervention. The solution is incredibly simple but biologically brilliant. You need a 12-hour soak using warm water and a precise pinch of high-quality salt. Use sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Do not use heavily refined table salt. Why salt? It comes down to a fundamental principle of physics called osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of water across a cellular membrane. When you place the almond in warm salted water, you create a dynamic imbalance. The dense concentration of minerals inside the nut wants to equalize with the salted water outside. This forces the microscopic pores of the almond skin to open wide. The salt acts as a powerful magnetic draw. It physically pulls the bitter tannins and the toxic phytic acid out of the seed and into the surrounding water. You can actually see this happening. If you check the bowl after just a few hours, you will notice the water turning slightly yellow. By morning, it will be dark and murky. That dark water is visual proof of the toxins leaving your food. Meanwhile, the gentle warm water mimics the damp, life-giving soil of spring. The steps are effortless. Pay close attention to this method. Put a handful of raw almonds into a clean glass bowl. Never use a plastic bowl for soaking, as plastic can leach unwanted chemicals into the water overnight. Cover the almonds completely with warm, filtered water. Make sure there is at least an inch of water above the nuts. They will swell up as they absorb the moisture. Add exactly half a teaspoon of good quality salt. Stir the water gently with a wooden spoon until the salt dissolves. Leave the bowl on your kitchen counter overnight. Do not put a tight lid on it. Cover it lightly with a breathable tea towel. The seeds need to breathe and activate. They need oxygen to start the germination process. In the morning, look closely at the bowl. You will see that the water has turned murky and brown. Drain that dirty water away immediately. Do not drink it. Do not use it to water your plants. That cloudy water holds the phytic acid and bitter tannins that just left the nut forever. Rinse the almonds thoroughly under clean running water. You want to wash away any remaining salt and residue. Now, take an almond in your fingers. Gently pinch the base of it. The brown skin will slip off like a loose jacket. It takes just a few seconds. You will be left with a pure, white, highly digestible seed. It will look plump. It will feel crisp. It will taste sweeter and much fresher than any dry almond you have ever eaten. By the way, do you normally store your activated nuts in the fridge or on the counter? Let us debate in the comments. I highly recommend storing your freshly peeled almonds in an airtight glass container in the fridge. They will keep perfectly for up to a week. They stayed beautifully crisp and ready to eat whenever you need a quick snack. Now, what if you miss that classic hard crunch of a roasted almond? Do not put them in a frying pan. Instead, you can safely dehydrate them. Place your peeled, activated almonds on a baking tray. Put them in your oven on the absolute lowest temperature setting possible. Leave the oven door propped open an inch. Let them sit there for a few hours until they dry out completely. This gentle method gives you a fantastic crunch without cooking the delicate oils. You keep all the nutrients, but you get the texture you love. You can also use these activated almonds to make the most incredible milk you have ever tasted. Supermarket almond milk is mostly just filtered water and artificial thickeners. Making it at home with activated almonds takes 2 minutes. Simply blend 1 cup of your freshly peeled almonds with 4 cups of fresh water. Blend it on high for 60 seconds. Strain the liquid through a clean cloth. You now have pure, nutrient-dense almond milk. It is rich, creamy, and completely free of inflammatory additives. By following this exact protocol, you are no longer eating a dormant, heavily defensive seed. You are consuming a bioactivated, living superfood. It digests completely effortlessly. The rich magnesium and bioavailable calcium rush straight into your bloodstream. Magnesium is absolutely crucial for your body. It participates in over 300 essential enzymatic reactions every single day. It helps relax your nervous system. It prevents those painful nighttime leg cramps. It helps you sleep deeply and peacefully. Calcium, as we know, strengthens your aging bones and protects your teeth. When you activate the almond, you finally get access to these vital minerals. You will experience zero bloating. You will feel absolutely no heaviness in your gut. Your afternoon energy crashes will vanish. Try this tonight. It takes less than 2 minutes of preparation time. Soak a small handful in warm, generously salted water. Peel them easily the next day. Eat them as a mid-morning snack or sprinkle them over your salad. Pay close attention to how your stomach feels afterwards. It will feel incredibly light. Your digestion will run perfectly smoothly. Your body will finally absorb the vital nutrients it has been desperately needing all these years. You are taking control of your food. You are working with nature instead of fighting blindly against it. If this topic interested you, you will love this one too. Stop chopping broccoli and cooking immediately. The 40-minute wait rule. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Stay informed, stay proactive, and take excellent care of your health. This information is strictly educational to support your daily vitality. Never change your doctor's medical treatment without their consent.